into a little more detail with the electromagnetic suspension, the attraction system. So, of course, with the three basic principles behind that, the main focus is that it's the use of electromagnetics for making all of this work happen. So the main thing, like I was stating with those three principles, the levitation, the electromagnetics are what is putting it up. So those are the magnets that are just producing that current through all of them that switches on. And then also when the propulsion comes on, it allows the attraction toward it to focus on. And with the propulsion, we have two forms of motors. Now our first one is our linear electric motor, which converts electrical energy directly into the linear motor without causing some type of rotation. So it does not do that. Now, the linear induction motor produces linear forces from a flat. So that has no torque provided whatsoever. And then lastly, with the lateral guidance, as you can see in the picture, the mouths are U-shaped. So that helps bring the forces together to basically center it more and cause it to be more in that space and travel just more tightly packed and without hitting those side rails in the process. Now the second form of types of maglev is the electrodynamic suspension, which is a repulsive system. Now, as with the earlier one that uses electromagnets, this one uses superconductors. So this is the one that focuses all with your superconductors on this whole system. Now, with the levitation, it actually, the passing of the superconducting currents is in the shape of a figure 8. So the levitation coils induce a current, and it creates that magnetic field, which can lift the mag rail train up to 7 inches off. The only downside in the whole levitation process is that the train has to get to at least 50 miles per hour in order for it to levitate and gain enough energy in that field. With that being said, it has retractable wheels that starts that process. Now with the propulsion, there's the three-phase alternating current that is produced through the superconductor magnets that attract and push the train. So not only is there a pulling, like an attraction, but there's also that repulsive pushing to get the train to go. And then with the lateral guidance, the superconductors induce a repulsive force that keeps that train together. Now, all of those coils and everything are located on the sideways, and that's just what pushes the train further. And then also, an interesting fact, when braking, the magnets produce an alternating current to slow down the train. So that means the second you're starting to brake, it switches up that current and just repulses and attracts those forces. Now we'll discuss the advantages and disadvantages from both the electromagnetic and the electrodynamic. So some of the pros that the electromagnetic has is that it does have that low magnetic field inside and outside of the train. So there's not going to be that much resistance coming off of the train. It is commercially available, meaning it can carry anyone transport some things. And a good thing is that it does not need the propulsion assistance like the electrodynamic does. Now, some cons followed up by the electromagnetic is that the system must be monitored. It must be watched and just executed to see that nothing, is going wrong with it. Now, another con is that vibrations can be felt inside the train. So that kind of might be a little bit uncomfortable for passengers, and it's just one of those things that's going to happen with that one. And it might just be, a small inconvenience, but at the same time, some people could think of it as a very huge drawback.